What does the dream home of a famous musician look like when they are 65 years old? Marie Osmond sees it as a beautiful desert getaway that is both luxurious and peaceful. Still full of life and energy, Marie has made a place that shows off her creative spirit and lively personality. Tucked away in the beautiful scenery of St. George, Utah, is more to her than just a place to live. It's where memories are made and ideas come from. It's time to go inside and look around. Marie Osmond's 10,000 square foot mansion in St. George, Utah is where she lives a life of wealth and creativity. It shows how successful she is and how close she is to her family and friends. That was in 1999 when she and her husband Steve Craig moved into this huge farm and made it their home. Marie has found comfort in the house over the years, and it has also been a safe place for her to be creative and give herself voice. This beautiful mansion is in southern Utah, with views of the mountains and desert that will take your breath away. The views tell Marie every day of the peaceful and inspiring environment she enjoys in St. George. The peaceful beauty nature of the area gives her a break from the pressures of her famous job and a chance to recharge and get ideas for her work. As for the house itself, it's wonderful. The house has 7 bedrooms and 8 bathrooms, so Marie, Steve, and their family can live peacefully and alone. The home's design is a mix of classic and modern, with big rooms, high ceilings, and windows that let the outside scenery inside. Marie's personal style can be seen in the way the house is decorated on the inside. The rooms are decorated with a mix of modern and classic furniture, many of which show her love of family and her taste in style. Both the warmth and the grandeur of the room balance each other out, making it feel both luxurious and welcoming. The amazing amenities make the home feel like a vacation, which is one of the things that makes it stand out. Marie and her family can relax and unwind in their own private oasis, which is a big swimming pool surrounded by lush scenery. The pool area is great for both quiet meditation and getting together with family and friends. A tennis court next to the pool gives people a place to play and work out, showing how much Marie wants to stay healthy and active. Because these things are available, someone who has spent a lot of her life in the public eye can have a private retreat and enjoy leisure and exercise without the stress of a busy schedule. A recording studio is also inside the house, along with these other niceties. Marie sees this room as her personal sanctuary. It's where she can use her creativity and keep working on her singing. Marie has stayed true to her musical roots throughout her career, and the recording studio lets her keep making new songs, whether it's for fun or for work. The studio has probably been an important part of her life. It's where she can follow her love of music and work on new projects from home. Another thing about it is that her family members can get involved in the creative process and share in her artistic interests, possibly even adding to her work. The mansion also shows how much Marie loves her family by having rooms that are perfect for spending time with them and making the house a great place for meetings. It's possible to hold a variety of events at the house, from large family gatherings to small social events. There is always room for everyone thanks to the large eating rooms, multiple living rooms, and open concept rooms. It doesn't matter if it's a quiet night with Steve or a big party with all of your family and friends. She also owned a huge 9,000 square foot house in the Brettonwood neighborhood of Orem, Utah, which was one of the most famous homes she ever owned. Marie and her family lived in this house for many years. It was a luxurious haven that showed how successful she was and how much she wanted a comfortable and roomy space. With its 6 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, and many other features, the house was great for her life as a mother and hostess. The house, which was very comfortable and luxurious, showed how much Marie liked living in style. The large plan of the mansion gave her growing family plenty of room, and the architecture of the house was both grand and warm. The open layout and high ceilings of the big living rooms were meant to make the most of both function and style. Every room in the house felt warm and inviting because of the natural light that came in through the large windows. The design was a tasteful mix of traditional and modern elements that showed off Marie's unique style. The result was a space that felt both luxurious and lived in. The house was made so that people could both relax and have fun there. The basketball court was one of the best things about it. Marie put in the court so that her kids could play and she could have some free time. She firmly believes that staying fit and busy is important. The court became the center of family events, encouraging both physical activity and time spent together, which is a big part of how close the Osmond family is. The basketball court added more fun and energy to the property, making it more than just a place to live. People used it to shoot hoops and spend time together during the holidays. It was a spot to remember. Marie and her family had plenty of space in the 6 large bedrooms and 5 baths. The rooms were all thoughtfully planned to be comfortable and useful, so everyone in the family had a place to unwind and recharge. There was peace and quiet in Marie's personal room, which was made for relaxing after a long day. With their modern fixtures and beautiful finishes, the baths were both practical and fancy, which added to the overall comfort of the house. Marie's home in Orem, Utah, was both a luxurious place to live and a place where she could get away from the stress of her job. Utah is known for its peace and quiet, which Marie was able to enjoy while she was there. The area was very lovely with beautiful mountain views and a calm atmosphere. This made the house even more appealing. For someone who had lived a lot of her life in the spotlight, the Orem property gave her a rare chance to be alone and feel normal. She could be close to her family and enjoy the slower pace of life in the area. But Marie had to make the hard choice to sell the house in Orem in 2009. This was a big change in both her personal and work life. She agreed to sell the house as part of her split from Brian Blossel, her second husband, with whom she had been married for over 20 years. When they broke up, it was a turning point in Marie's life. It led to many changes, such as her choice to move to Las Vegas to further her career. Marie's move to Las Vegas was a big deal because it gave her the chance to take on new business duties, such as a residency at the Flamingo Hotel, which gave her a chance to meet new people and carry on her work in the entertainment industry. Anyway, one of the most important times in her life was spent in her childhood home, a red brick ranch-style house in the quiet Utah town of Huntsville. While Marie and her brothers grew up in this quiet, small town, they made memories that would shape who she is today and give her the values she will carry with her forever. Marie's formative years were spent in the lovely town of Huntsville, which is tucked away in the beautiful Wasatch Mountains. With its tall mountains and wide open spaces, the area's natural beauty gave Marie a safe and quiet place to grow as a person, away from the stress of being in the center. The house, a cute red brick ranch-style home, was a reminder of how poor the family had been in the past. It wasn't fancy or expensive, but it was full of love, laughter, and warmth, all of which Marie has said were important parts of her childhood. Marie often talks very fondly about her time in Huntsville and thinks about how simple and pure those early years were. The ranch-style house wasn't fancy, but it had everything the Osmond family, who valued being together and having strong family ties, needed. The Osmond family had 8 brothers, so their home was always full of activity. Their Huntsville home is where they grew close, which has become a hallmark of their success. Marie has said that her home life was nurturing and that her parents taught her the ideals of faith, hard work, and love, which would help her in everything she does now and in the future. Marie's memories of this time are filled with longing and a sense of calm. They are very different from the fame and attention she would later receive as her career took off. She remembers the family dinners where everyone sat around the table and told stories, laughed, and talked about how important family is. The musical setting in the Osmond home made Marie love music and performing. A lot of love and support was there for the family, but not the money or fame that would come their way later. That was more than enough to build a strong base for their future success. Marie also remembers how fun her brothers were as kids and the fun things they did together at the house. The Osmond kids often had to think of clever ways to pass the time since they had so many brothers and sisters. Playing in the big yard and planning their own shows in the living room were some of the early activities that helped Marie and her brothers become close. Her childhood home was the site of many of their early performances, which led to their later success, as the Osmond family became more well-known. Marie said that her Huntsville home was also a safe haven where she could get away from the stresses of the outside world. The house in Huntsville gave the person who would later become a global star a place to feel grounded. It gave her a chance to enjoy family and community before fame and media attention took over her life. In that quieter time, Marie learned more about herself and where she and her family fit in the world. Life for the Osmonds changed a lot after Marie's career took off and the family became famous. Marie's memories of Huntsville are still very clear and important to her, even though she is famous. She has been back to the red brick ranch style house more than once over the years. Every time, she was filled with a sense of longing and thought. These visits are not only a way for her to connect with her childhood, but they are also a way for her to remember the ideals that her parents taught her. The trips remind her of her roots, where she came from, and the family ties that have helped her through her life and work. Marie has more than an emotional tie to the house in Huntsville. It shows how much she cares about both remembering the past and looking forward to the future. She has talked about how important it is for her to remember where she came from, even as she deals with fame and personal success. The Huntsville house is a reminder of how much her parents loved and cared for her and her brothers, especially her mother. It also shows how important family, faith, and being humble are. Aside from the emotional, Marie has thought about the beauty of Huntsville as well as the historical importance of the house. Along with its beautiful setting in the Wasatch Mountains, the town has a scenery that made her value nature and the outdoors. Marie loved the peace and quiet that comes with living in the country, and it's clear from the way she talks about the quiet beauty of her childhood home. Marie has become more vocal about how thankful she is for the education she had in Huntsville as time has gone on. She could be a kid again with all the wonder and innocence that comes with being a child before everyone knew her name. The memories of the red brick country house hold a special place in her heart because they remind her of the love and happiness that shaped her childhood. Let's look at Marie Osmond's life right now. Marie Osmond is famous for both her beautiful voice and her captivating stage personality, but she is also known for her desire to stay healthy and active as she gets older. Marie has shown that getting and staying healthy is a process that lasts a lifetime by working hard every day, caring deeply about her health, and focusing on staying active. Over the years, her approach to health has changed. In 2007, she made a big change that not only gave her more energy, but also showed that she was committed to living a healthy, busy life. In 2007, Marie Osmond made a choice that made her health and life in general much better. She was feeling the effects of an unhealthy food and way of life at the time, and she knew she had to make a change. Marie started a life-changing journey that helped her lose 50 pounds after she joined the famous weight loss program Nutri-System. Getting a new sense of vitality and energy was just as important as losing weight for this change to work. Marie has always been honest about what she went through, telling her friends that the process wasn't easy but was worth it. Her promise to herself not only helped her lose weight, but it also made her healthier and gave her a lot more energy every day. Marie's weight loss was a turning point in her life, and she credits the changes she made to her food and way of life for giving her a lot of energy. She got the organization and help she needed from the Nutri-System program to make changes that would last. She started eating better by watching her portions and choosing foods with more thought. Marie did well with Nutri-System, but it wasn't just because of the eating plan. It was about how she changed her mind about living better in general. She knew that keeping healthy and at a healthy weight would take a lifetime of work. She has worked hard to keep the weight off, showing that real health isn't a quick fix but a long-term commitment. Marie has kept off the weight since she changed her body by living a healthy life and having a good attitude about her body. She has stayed committed to staying busy because she knows how important it is for both her physical and mental health to do so regularly. Long power walks are one of Marie's favorite things to do. Walking quickly is a great way to work out your heart and lungs. It builds endurance, speeds up your metabolism, and makes you more durable overall. These walks are more than just a way for Marie to stay fit. She can clear her mind, enjoy nature, and keep up her physical health by going on them. Walking has become an important part of her routine because it helps her stay mentally clear and gives her exercise. Marie does more than just power runs. She also rides her bike as part of her exercise routine. Cycling is another great way to get in shape and improve your cardiovascular health and fitness without putting too much stress on your joints. Marie is really dedicated to biking, and what makes it even more special is that she often rides with her grandchildren, being the fun grandmother who can be involved in her grandkids' lives. Having these times with her grandkids has become one of Marie's favorite things in life. Her goal is to be able to do physical things with them and have the energy to keep up with their boundless energy, whether it's biking or something else. Her focus on being an active grandmother shows that she wants to stay physically fit, not only for her own health, but also to stay involved in the lives of the people she loves. The way Marie approaches exercise and health is a big part of her life, and she has made it clear that she wants to be an active and healthy person. She doesn't just stay in shape to look a certain way. It's also about feeling strong, confident, and able to enjoy life to the best. She has said many times that she wants to be with her kids, grandkids, and other loved ones. Whether it's going to their events, playing with them, or just being there for them in everyday life, Marie makes sure she can be a part of their lives and make memories that will last for generations by putting her health first. Why does she want to be the fun grandmother? It's not just to keep up with her grandkids. Her attitude toward life in general is shown by it. Marie has always been known for being happy and lively, and she is very proud of the fact that she can make other people feel the same way. She wants to be an involved part of her grandchildren's lives, whether it's riding bikes with them or doing something else. An important part of her personal outlook is this: she wants to stay healthy for herself, and so she can be there for the people she cares about. Marie cares a lot about her mental health as well as her physical health. She knows that being healthy isn't just about being fit, but also about having balance and unity in every part of your life. In addition to working out, she wants to keep up good relationships, do things that make her happy, and take care of her mental health. Marie sees self-care as a habit that includes the mind and the body. She has also worked hard to create a routine that keeps her mind sharp, her emotions stable, and her body busy. Marie cares about her health in other ways too, like what she eats. She keeps being aware of the foods she eats and picking whole, healthy foods that are good for her body. Her healthy eating habits have become a permanent part of her life because she knows how important it is to eat a varied diet. She doesn't try to limit herself. Instead, she focuses on balance and making choices that are good for her. Marie knows how important it is to fuel her body with the right foods to stay healthy and full of energy. She does this by eating her best foods in moderation and focusing on meals that are high in nutrients. Marie Osmond's personal life has been just as interesting and full of different aspects as her successful job in show business. Her bond with Steve Craig, to whom she has been married twice, is one of the most important parts of her life. first in 1982 and then again in 2011. Their love story is one of a kind and has stood the test of time, with personal difficulties, growth, and a promise to always be there for each other. They've made a life together full of happiness, adventure, and special moments, and they've celebrated important events that are important to both of them. One of these times was their 12th wedding anniversary, which they marked on May 4, 2023, a very important day in their lives. That's why Marie and Steve decided to celebrate their anniversary on May 4th. To remember Marie's late son Michael, who died tragically in 2010, and her beloved mother Olive, who was central to Marie's life. This date was also Michael and Olive's birthday, so Marie and Steve chose it as their anniversary as a way to include them in the celebration of their marriage. Marie's choice was a powerful reminder of how close she is to her family and how they still affect her life even though they have died. Marie does everything she does for her family. Having a memorial for Michael and Olive at such an important event added an extra emotional layer to the party. The bond between Marie and Steve Craig is one of love and strength. They got married for the first time in 1982, and their relationship was full of happy times and times when they grew together. But after only a few years of marriage, they chose to split up in 1985. Marie and Steve had a respectful relationship even after they got divorced. They both loved their children, and their bond never completely went away. Marie and Steve stayed in touch with each other over the years and helped each other through hard times and changes in their lives. They were able to get back together and get married again in 2011. This shows how strong their bond was, which had grown stronger over time. Their second marriage shows how strong love is, how beautiful it is to get back together with someone after being apart for a while and growing as people. Both of them felt very strongly about their choice to get married again. Once they were away from each other for a while, they realized how special their relationship was and how their love for each other had not changed over the years. They chose to give their love another chance in 2011, and when they got married again, it was a new start for them as a couple. They have always been devoted to each other, and the things they have been through together, like the difficulties of parenting, adjusting to public life, and helping each other through personal struggles, have only made their bond stronger. They are a great example of a second-chance romance, showing that love can grow even after being apart for a while. On May 4, 2023, they celebrated their 12th wedding anniversary, which was a big deal for them. It was more than just a party to celebrate their marriage. It was a celebration of their love and the way they have built a life together full of travels, shared experiences, and mutual respect. The date made them think of the path they had taken together, from their first marriage in the early 1980s to getting back together and getting married again almost 30 years later. That was proof of how strong their friendship is and how much they have changed each other's lives. Marie and Steve like to spend important time together, and one way they do that is by going on exciting trips. They both love to explore and travel, looking for new things to do and making memories that will last a lifetime. They have traveled to many places around the world over the years, enjoying the thrill of discovering new cultures, scenery, and activities. They're not just going to new places when they vacation. They give the couple a chance to get to know each other better, laugh, and enjoy each other's company away from their busy lives. They can forget about their daily tasks and focus on each other on these trips, which strengthens their relationship. They had one of the most memorable trips ever when they went to Iceland, which is famous for its beautiful scenery like volcanoes, geysers, and waterfalls. Marie and Steve's trip to Iceland gave them a chance to enjoy the wild beauty of nature together with the thrill of an adventure. When the couple went ziplining over rivers, they showed how excited and ready to take on new challenges they were. It was an exciting adventure that gave them a new way to see the country's natural beauty. These trips aren't just about checking places off a list for Marie and Steve. They're about making memories that they will treasure for a long time. They can stay in touch, see the world, and share the happiness of living life to the fullest. Marie loves being with Steve not just on big occasions like birthdays and exciting trips, but also in the little things they do together every day. The time they spend together is very important to them. Their relationship is based on love, trust, and mutual respect, and they are always looking for ways to strengthen it, whether it's just spending a quiet evening at home, talking about the past, or making plans for the future. Marie and Steve's love story shows how important loyalty, resilience, and second chances can be in a world where relationships can end quickly. But in January 2025, Marie Osmond had to deal with a terrible and heartbreaking loss. The death of Wayne Osmond, her beloved brother. Wayne and his family are famous, and he died at the age of 73 after having a stroke. His quick and untimely death left Marie's life with a huge hole, and she used social media to talk about how sad and grief she was. Many of her friends and followers could relate to what she said about how much Wayne's death had hurt her. She said, "Wayne's death has left another huge hole in my heart." Marie was open and honest about how she felt as she went through the painful process of grieving her brother's death. There was a lot of love in the Osmond family for Wayne Osmond. He was known for being a talent, but also for being kind, caring, and devoted to his family. Due to being one of the Osmond brothers, he was an important part of their rise to fame in the 1970s and beyond, when they became well known in music and TV. Wayne wasn't just Marie's brother or sister. He was a loved part of the family who had experienced both the good and bad sides of growing up in the public eye. The closeness of the Osmond family was a big part of their success, and Wayne made a big impact on the family tradition as a performer, but also as a loving brother, uncle, and friend. Marie's friendship with Wayne was based on love, respect, and things they had both been through. Over the years, the Osmond brothers had always been very close, and Marie knew she could count on Wayne through good times and bad. Because they grew up together in a close-knit family in Huntsville, Utah, the Osmonds had a special bond that went beyond their work. Their close-knit family was always there for them, and Wayne was a big part of Marie's life. She talked a lot about how much she loved and cherished her relationships with her brothers. Wayne in particular held a special place in her heart. In many ways, Wayne had been a leading light and a source of strength for Marie throughout her life, so her death was especially hard. Losing a brother is one of the worst things that can happen to a person. This grief was made worse for Marie because she had a deep emotional link with Wayne. She had always admired Wayne's strength, kindness, and love for his family. Having him in her life had always made her feel better. She felt like she had lost more than just a sibling. She had lost a part of herself, someone who had been there with her through all the important events and trials that had made her who she was. After Wayne's death, Marie decided to take some time off from work to spend with her family and remember his memory. Even though it wasn't easy, she had to make this choice as she dealt with the overwhelming loss and sadness that came with losing her brother. Marie has always put a lot of value on her family, and being with them during this hard time was very important to her. She knew that she would need the help of people who understood her pain and shared her memories of Wayne's life in order to get better. How do you feel about Marie Osmond's life right now? Please tell us what you think in the box below. We hope this video was helpful for you. Kindly click like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy the video. Glad you watched and see you in the next film. Thank you.